How to Hardflip. Hardflips can be intimidating to learn, but once you understand them, they are one of the most satisfying skateboard tricks. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to land a hardflip, and some common mistakes that might be stopping you from landing them. The hardflip is a combination of two basic tricks, the frontside shuvit and the kickflip. Although this trick might look strange and can seem intimidating since the board goes between your legs, it's actually not too difficult once you understand where your feet need to go. For some of you, it actually might be easier to think of a hardflip as a frontside flip without turning your body. The name hardflip comes from Dan Gallagher, who seems to be the first person anyone saw doing this trick. He would explain the trick as a varial kickflip frontside, or the hard way. But after getting tired of explaining it to people, he eventually just started calling it a hardflip. Though many people, including Rodney Mullen, have said that Dan was the first person they actually saw doing hardflips, the first skater to actually get a hardflip on film was Daewon Song in the 1992 video Love Child. Learning kickflips, frontside shuvits, and frontside flips will help you a lot when you're learning hardflips. There are some key skills from these easier tricks that you can apply to hardflips to help you understand this trick. Although it will help to be good at these tricks, you don't have to learn them to understand hardflips. The motion of the hardflip is unique, and many people have learned this trick without mastering the three tricks that I mentioned. I made this video to help you land your first hardflip, as well as help you perfect this trick after you're able to land one. Before you try any new trick, you should keep these things in mind. Be comfortable on your board. I remind you of this in all of my how-to videos, but it's important to feel comfortable on your board before trying a new trick. Even if you have been skating for years, rolling around and warming up, as well as landing some tricks you already know how to do, can really help your confidence before attempting a new trick. Immediately trying to learn a new trick at the beginning of your session will more than likely discourage you or even cause you to injure yourself. Timing. Most skateboard tricks are all about having good timing. The timing for hardflips is really important because you have to flick at a very specific moment. You also have to finish the rotation of the board after you catch hardflips at the right time. It's important to remember this if you get stuck, because sometimes you just need to adjust your timing slightly. Jump. It's really easy to forget to jump when trying a new trick, just because you're thinking about the trick so much. The fact is, if you don't jump high enough to allow the board to fully rotate, then you have no chance of landing back on it. You especially have to jump high enough with hardflips to let the board rotate under you. Before I explain exactly how to do this trick, I think it's important to mention that this trick can be done many ways. Some people are able to do them without flicking the board at all, making them really vertical, which is technically a pressure flip. Other people come up with impressive ways of getting their front foot out of the way of the board, to avoid it flipping under their legs. What I'm about to teach you is what I consider to be the easiest way to hardflip. Let me know which hardflip style you like the best below in the comments, and if the video helps you, tap the like button and watch the video until the end, so YouTube will show this video to more people. Foot position. Start by putting your front foot in the exact center of the board, hanging your heel off, so that only your toes and the very front of your foot are on the board. You also want to angle your front foot so that your toes are pointing at the front wheel on the opposite side of the board. Put your back foot on the center of the tail of the board and move it back slightly so that the front of your shoe on both feet line up. This position is kind of awkward at first because your weight is mostly all on one side of the board. Having your weight in this back corner of the board is also going to help you get the pressure you need to scoop the board under you. The hardflip can be broken down into three parts: the pop and throw, the flick, and hangtime and landing. The pop, throw, and pre-flick. The pop of this trick is very unique. You're going to pop the board straight down and follow through with your back foot while jumping. This pop really feels nothing like any other trick, so I recommend what I call throwing the trick before actually trying to get it to flip under you. What I mean by this is you're going to pop and follow through with your back foot while jumping almost backwards, letting the board go in front of you. This will let you get a feel for how you have to pop the board without having to worry about the board credit carding you. If you're starting with your weight on the back corner, then getting the board to pop vertically should happen pretty naturally. Don't worry about trying to stay over the board until you're able to throw the trick, but you do want to jump every time. The flick. After you're getting the board to pop vertically when you're throwing it, you can add in the flick. The timing and direction of the flick of the Hardflip is the most important part of this trick. When you pop the trick, you want to pull your front foot straight up as the board goes vertical and then flick the kickflip as the nose of the board is pointed at the sky. If you are just starting to learn this trick, keep throwing it out and figuring out where to flick the board to finish the rotation of the Hardflip. You really want to be able to form the full Hardflip every time before trying to stay over it. Hang time and landing. Once you are getting the Hardflip to form every time, then you can start staying over the board while it flips. I recommend easing into this by putting just your front foot on the board first. This will help you understand how to pull your front foot out of the way while the board flips, and also show you how to catch the board. A trick that I use a lot when I'm doing Hardflips is to lock my shoulders over the bolts the entire time I'm doing the trick. A lot of times when you're doing Hardflips, you have to catch the board and guide it the rest of the way to finish the rotation. Keeping your shoulders square with where you want the board to go makes it a lot easier to pull your front foot back to catch the board and bring it around after it flips under you. You can practice all of this while landing with just your front foot. After you get to the point where you can throw the Hardflip every try and land with your front foot, then you should be able to commit to jumping over it. What you've done is build your confidence. At this point, you should know what the board is going to do, and you shouldn't have to worry about the board doing anything other than the rotation and flip that you've been practicing. If you feel ready, then do the same pop and flick while jumping over the board. Remember to keep your shoulders square with the board. Catch it the same way you practice with your front foot, and then let your back foot land on the board. I really hope you guys let me know in the comments if you were able to land a Hardflip, and feel free to ask any questions so that me or my subscribers can help you. Thanks for watching the video to the end, and check out one of these other how-to videos on the screen, or head over to my channel to learn plenty of other tricks.